Hi, welcome to part 2 of the yoga sequence that we're developing. So if you missed part 1, you can just maybe start with that video, and then once you finish that, meet me here. Let's find our way to the top of the mat, and we'll warm up with one sun salutation A, and then we'll get into playing with ways of approaching the next little installment of our yoga sequence, and we'll put part 1 and part 2 together at the end. Here we go. So top of the mat, take a little time to bounce, find your ground, find your roots, feel that contact with your mat, with the floor, and then inhale arises, hands up overhead. Exhale, let's pour it forward, bend your knees as you need to, coiling in at the bottom. Inhale, floating the torso, lengthening the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, and we can walk it back to our straight arm plank. Let's hold there for a few breaths and just find some little slides forward and back. Feeling that nice core engagement, that's going to be really important in developing this yoga flow sequence. Beautiful. So coming to knees or lowering down through a push-up to the belly. Let's inhale it up, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, surrendering to the floor. Push it up through all fours, tuck the toes, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And let's pedal it out here, bending one knee, bending the other. Heels come towards the ground, and then let's bend both knees. Feel that length in the spine. Heels come down, feel that slight tucking. Beautiful. And then let's bend the knees, looking between the hands, walk it forward. Inhale to float the torso. Exhale to fold it in. Inhale, coming up. Exhale that down to heart center. And we'll take that again just to get down to the floor to start our sequence. Inhale, exhale it forward. Inhale, floating, lengthening. Exhale, folding. Hands plant, walk it back. Knees land, belly lands. And rolling shoulders down. Opening the heart forward, hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to bend the right knee and come forward to tap that right knee, right elbow. Take it back. And exhaling, left knee forward, tap left elbow, take it back. Again, right knee bends, right elbow. Now I'm going to take that right leg just out to the left and flatten the back foot. Beautiful. Taking it back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Left knee comes forward and then left foot goes out to the right. Flatten the back foot. Take a breath here just to feel into that position. And then take it back to downward facing dog. All right, next time we've got an option to lift that leg. So right knee, right elbow, flatten the back foot, and leg comes out to the left. Let's lift the hand. And try that on the other side. So left knee, left elbow, out to the side, lifting the arm, and back to downward facing dog. Okay, this time we're going to lift the leg. So right knee, right elbow, flatten the back foot, and floating that right leg back to downward facing dog. Left knee bends, left elbow, and then flatten the back foot and float that leg out to the side. Feel that core engagement, and back to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here just to let that land in the body. Beautiful. Let's look at the next little piece of the puzzle. So, right knee, right elbow. Take that right leg out to the left, and now we're going to sweep the left arm up, opening the side, little back bend here, side bend, and then take it back to downward facing dog. Finding that on the left side. So left knee in, flatten the back foot, take that left leg out to the right and sweep the right arm up and find that big stretch. Sometimes this one is called fallen triangle. And back to downward facing dog. So let's put those two last pieces together, one after another. So right knee, right elbow, flatten back foot, floating that right leg out to the side, then let it land. Sweep the left arm up, big stretch. Fallen triangle. Back to downward facing dog. Left knee, left elbow, flatten the back foot, float that leg out to the side, let it land, sweep the right arm up, fallen triangle, and back to downward facing dog. Let's draw the knees to the ground, space between the knees, big toes together, and let's give those wrists a break by taking the arms back, forehead rests on the floor, finding release in between the shoulder blades. Just let it go into the support of the floor. Oh, finding a few breaths here. Beautiful. Coming up to all fours, let's take a few barrel rolls just to find a little more release in the torso and in the other direction. Beautiful. And now let's put part 1 and part 2 together. So tucking the toes, hips up and back. Sweeping right leg up, open the hip to the side, knee bends, and open and close that knee a couple of times. And then slide it down the back of the leg and tip it over to the side, floating left knee up. Left knee comes down and then sweeping it up. Big arch in the spine once again. Drawing that leg up and coming back, right knee to right elbow, flatten the back foot, float the leg out to the left, let it land, fallen triangle, sweeping up and coming back, downward facing dog. Leading left. Sweeping left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip out to the side, straighten and bend that knee a few times, and then slide it down the back of the leg, tip it over, float the right leg, place the right leg down, back bend, and again, floating that leg up and over through your downward dog. Left knee comes to left elbow, and then out to the right. Let that foot land, fall in triangle. Beautiful. Back to our downward facing dog. Knees find the ground, toes together. Sweep the arms back alongside the body. Sway the hips out a little bit, side to side. And crawl it forward onto the belly. Today we're going to end our practice right here on the belly. So you can fold the forearms, let the forehead rest on the forearms, chin on the floor, and completely release that beautiful work into the support of the floor. Stay here as long as you have time for, and just tune into the flow of the breath. And I'll meet you in the next video. Namaste, yogi friends.